No, we're not going to say our names. We don't have to say our names.
This is Film Friday.
They've listened to
Tell them what this is.
They've listened to 103 episodes.
Who are these people and what is this?
Who are they? Who are they?
Okay, let's try it your way.
It doesn't matter who we are. It doesn't matter what day it is.
Or what we're talking about.
Or what we're talking about.
You're watching.
No. We're not watching anything. They're just, what is this? No.
What is life? What?
No. So we're doing a thing that we don't even know what we're gonna call it. We're just gonna start dropping, maybe not every week, but at least periodically we'll be dropping episodes into our feed on Fridays.
Yeah.
Just us shooting the shit. We noticed that we spend a lot of time in our podcast talking to other filmmakers about their films, but we don't ever really spend a lot of time talking about our stuff, or literally actually our process or our journey as filmmakers, which is, it's a long and winding road, motherfucker. What are you pointing at?
You keep doing this, and the camera can't keep up. I'm going to go put it back on manual.
So, should we start over? Should we keep...
No, go. Fucking shit.
So, yeah, on Fridays, we're thinking of dropping in little episodes where we're talking about the stuff we're working on. Not necessarily because we feel like we have massive amounts of information to drop, but we always have these conversations in the car or whatever where we say, this should be a Film Reverie episode. And
this is where we find out, should it?
should it really be? We would think nobody starts a podcast by thinking, I'm not very interesting. Everybody starts a podcast thinking, I'm fucking brilliant. So
people want to hear this.
People want to hear this. This is for the people. So, we don't really spend a lot of time talking about our own stuff, meaning we started a Discord recently that we haven't told anybody about.
Yeah.
Because we've just been sort of like building it from, starting.
We're just trying to figure out what the hell we're doing, what's going on.
Yeah.
But so basically Discord is going to be like, it's just, with the Facebook and the Twitters and the whatever and all that, it's all over the place. Discord.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be in Discord. If you're a fan of the show or whatever, anything we're doing, we're just going to, it's all in one place in Discord, and then we can let everyone know when we're doing what's happening. We can put pictures and movies, whatever. Everything can go there. We can talk to fans. Hell, we could even have, if people are in Discord when we're doing a live show, we could actually just, pop someone on and have them talk.
I mean, I'm still going to be on Twitter. I don't know about you, but I'll personally be on Twitter and Instagram, but we
just don't want to have to be forced to be like on Facebook necessarily because I don't know. That's
Facebook is where you go to see how disappointed you are in people you went to high school with.
People you know and love, and you're like, why are they that way?
Yeah. So there's that. There's Discord. There's we've got a short film that we're wrapping up.
We got several
called Safe. Well, we're only wrapping up one of them
because it took me forever to do the visual effects and not just me. We're doing the sound. Anyway.
So it's called Safe. We're working on getting that done.
That's going to be one of the coolest ones we've done so far.
I think so. It's different. What I like about our short films, and I've said this to you before, I think, is that our short films are, for me at least, I set out on a short film to try something I haven't done before.
Yeah.
But also, because of that, a lot of our short films are different from the last short film. Like, we don't have a short film that looks... Like, our short films don't look like all our other short films.
Yeah.
Take with that what you will. It doesn't mean it's good. It just means...
We get bored doing the same thing, so we want to try new things. Yeah. Basically.
And it takes forever to get a feature film made. So some of the stuff we're working on, like trying to get a film financed and trying to figure out how to navigate all of that, but also trying to figure out marketing strategies for stuff. Like, we've talked about this in our show a lot, is how you have to become good at a bunch of things just so you can make movies. So it's actually, by saying we need to finance a film, it basically means we have to become like experts in 5 other things that we'd never tried before.
Yeah.
Like talking to investors, talking to money people, how to talk to money people, business plans, and all of our episodes in the next batch of episodes that are going to start coming out are going to be basically those types of those. Like, we're trying to find people who have gone through distribution process, things like that. It's because we use this show as much for us to learn and talk to people that have gone through it before, as much as we do bringing the, like, that's why we think it's helpful for other filmmakers.
You guys are just the excuse for us to get people to teach us things.
Yeah. So,
we're doing a show, right? Yeah. Come on our show and tell us no secrets.
Yeah, like that's one of the, like, I pretty much, about half the people that come on our show, that's what I said to them. Like, yeah, we would love to talk to you about your distribution, plans. So we have a handful of people coming on.
We got some of our best episodes. I
think we've had some really good conversations with people. Yeah,
coming up. Yeah. This is going to come out before those, right?
Before those, yeah. We've got about 6 or 7 shows in the can, and this is going to come out before.
Okay, so we're going to do these in between our pre-recorded.
So our new release dates are Tuesday. Your film or every episode will come out, and on Fridays, what do you want to call this?
I liked Film Fridays.
Filmmaking Fridays, Film Fridays, Filmmaking Fridays. Yeah. So Filmmaking Friday episodes, we may.
Filmmaker Fridays. Yeah.
We may do them every week. It just depends. So if you see something drop on a Friday, this is what you can expect. It's basically us talking about our stuff. Not so much to you. We really want to, like, just get into the filmmaking part of it a little bit and just talk with each other.
Maybe one of these episodes I can do showing After Effects how we do
the blood splatter.
We could show our. I don't know. We just whatever.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to do a behind the scenes thing because I always want to know, how do they do that, and I feel like it would be a disservice to myself and everyone else after I've gone through all the work to figure it out, to not just show, hey, it's this silly little thing we did, and here's how we did it. Like, not an in-depth, because you can go to YouTube and get a tutorial. But I just want to show, here's all the stuff we had to do just for that little thing that you probably didn't even notice.
Yeah. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is what I've been thinking about a lot lately is the resolve that it takes to keep making movies after you've done it for a while and it still hasn't quite fallen into place or click or something. And we've talked about Steven Pressfield a lot, The War of Art, but it's also, he's also got another book that I haven't read yet. It's called Turning Pro, but his concept of turning pro he talks about a little bit in The War of Art, and it basically is like, if you're gonna be a writer or a director or a filmmaker or an actor, you have to treat it like your profession. You can't just like, oh, well, I had to work today, so I didn't get to it, And that may be true sometimes, but what it really is like, if you're a filmmaker, you're a filmmaker. You have to do all these things to make movies, and you can't let something you don't want to do, the boring shit. There's like boring shit that you got to do.
The terrible, boring shit. The last thing you want to do on the planet, shit.
Guaranteed, as soon as you say I want to do that, guaranteed the first thing that's going to happen is a bunch of boring, tedious, obnoxious, jump through hoops shit is going to fall in your lap, and you have to do all those things first. And it's the universe sending you like resistance.
I guess that's like the threshold. In order to cross the threshold for your filmmaking journey.
Oh, yeah.
You've got to fucking do all those things that you don't want to do, the website and the finances, and figure out how to do marketing and advertising and pitch your stuff and
yeah, a million phone calls, a million emails, a million everything,
Oh,
all that stuff. But the thing is, somebody's got to do it, and since it's your film, you're the one that has to do it. And neither one of us really want to do that stuff. No. We want to make movies, but at least for me, I'm landing on this like idea that in the last couple of years, really, I mean, I go through phases, but in the last 6 months, I've really been thinking it's like, oh, we're at a point where no one gives a shit. No, and I'm not being cynical. I'm just being pragmatic here. No one gives a shit. No one's going to do it for you. You have to do it. Some magical person isn't going to fall into your lap and say, hey, guys, I'd love to do that blood splatter effect. I know exactly. I can do it in 5 minutes. No one's going to do that.
No.
If you get lucky every now and then and somebody does, that's cool, and say yes to that. But what's most likely going to happen is Brad's going to have to sit in front of the computer for 2 days or whatever, hunting and pecking, trying to figure that shit out. I'm going to have to sit there and write the fucking business plan that I don't want to do. It's the most boring shit. I spent probably 30 or 40 hours working on one week, and it's just typing it out, changing it, moving things around, looking up what movie is just like your movie that did well at the box office, and all that stuff that you have to do. Somebody has to do it, or you don't get your fucking movie financed.
You got to spend most of your time not making films in order to make films.
That's that is the lesson, though. That's the trick. It still hasn't really paid off for us yet because we've done all that stuff, or we've started doing all that stuff, and we're still like getting the ball rolling. But I do know as soon as I as soon as I made that business plan, I felt one step closer, and it's a big, massive step. Like the next step is start calling people and asking for money and try. Do you know any people? Do you know any rich uncles or anything like that? But that's you can't get to that step without doing the first step. It was one step further down the road. And I don't like it. I'm still pretty imposter syndrome about that particular business plan, just because I'm like, I don't know if this fucking thing looks it, but it looks official.
Now that you have it, it really is this simple thing of, oh, there's a problem with it. Oh, I'll just fix that.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
Because you did the hard work.
But it only works like that because you have to treat it like a job. You have to treat it like a job. You don't have fully formed movies fall into your lap. You have to, every step you have to do it.
You got to pay your dues, and people aren't just gonna like your movie. You gotta put it in their face, and you gotta explain to them why they're gonna like it, and then show them why they like it, and then call them and remind them, hey, you
have to be annoying, which should mean it's good. You'd be good at it. Because you're annoying.
I'm good at avoiding.
But the same thing with writing a thing. I know so many people that say they want to make movies that haven't even sat down to write their script yet, and they've been talking about it for 10 years. We have a mutual friend of ours who 25 or 30 years ago wanted to come to Florida, get out of their line of work. They all sort of like pseudo-retired to come down to Florida to make movies, and they haven't sat down to write one single fucking word yet. That person is not turning pro. You know what I mean? They're not putting in the time to get it done.
And I've found the more popular indie filmmaker that we've discovered is the one that it's like I wanted to say weekend warrior, like the weekend film. They want to feel like the big time filmmakers, but all the hard stuff they don't want to do, so they really just end up getting a bunch of friends together and making stuff, and then they may have a bunch of films and stuff, but they're not really improving, they're not advancing, or they're just it's a hobby, and they don't know it's a hobby. But you and I are realizing that we can't just...
You can't treat it like a hobby.
Yeah, and we can't treat it like, oh, I got a few hours this weekend. You want to do a thing or do this or that? We just have to just decide. Nothing else exists in our life. Yes, we got to make money and do our job. But when we're not doing that, we're going to kick our own ass and do all this stuff that we don't want to do because we don't have the money to hire someone to do it. People aren't going to volunteer to help us. We got to do all that stuff. And so we're just going to do it because, that's the only way it's going to happen.
Was it like passing through the gauntlet? Is that the phrase? Passing through the gauntlet of obstacles,
right?
Every step of the way. And look, I'm not in any way standing on a mountaintop shouting, looking down at everybody. We're I'm
telling
saying
ourselves this
is that I go through busy weeks or time periods or uninspired periods, and that's what I'm really coming out of now. Is the past year has been sort of like. I think I've even said to you a couple times, maybe I'll be a filmmaker one day. It's like I was completely unmotivated or uninspired, and there's a lot, shit in the world's going on, whatever, all that stuff. But I go through weeks where I don't get a chance to write anything or work on anything until Saturday or Sunday, because I have a job and get up and do the thing.
And then by that time, you want to do something fun. Yeah. You don't want to sit down and do a business plan. You don't want to do a website
definitely
or
don't
marketing.
Definitely don't want to do a business plan. It's
right.
like, it's not something that I look forward to.
So you also have to stop that urge of, hey, you want to make a short film real quick, or you want to shoot we are doing TikToks, but we made those quick and easy.
Yeah.
But your urge as a filmmaker is, let's just create something new. I don't want to do that hard, but no.
Right.
You got to work your ass off and then go home and then work your ass off some more.
Yeah.
Just all there is to it.
Right. And if Friday night is the only time you get to work on it this week, or that's fine. Just move the ball forward just a little bit.
Even if you just worked an hour, at least you did something.
And everybody needs downtime. Everybody needs to go for a run to blow off some steam. Everybody needs to catch a movie every now and then. We're not saying give up all your free time, because I don't give up all my free time.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It's The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, which is a great book. But the nugget that I got out of that book was, look, you are, life is sort of suffering. I mean, that's the Buddhist philosophy. Life is suffering. You got that down pat.
I got it down.
You got that down pat. Life is suffering. But so find what you love to do and do that, and don't let anything else bother you, because it's going to suck. It might as well suck while you're doing the thing you want to do.
Suffer joyfully, right?
Because
filmmaking is suffering.
It is.
But it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. So if you love to do it, but Charles Bukowski has a quote. He says, "Find what you love and let it kill you."
Yes.
Just like do that. Everything else just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And it's a lot easier.
Relationships, forget it.
It's easier said than done. No, but you have
job.
multiple things that matter to you. Like your job matters to you because you need to survive, but filmmaking matters to you because it's your passion. It's what you really, really care about.
Yeah. And I want to add, it's important for your mental health. I'm discovering that I had terrible mental health because I was not focusing on what I needed. It was all about what do I have to do next, what I need to do for this person or that person, and I wasn't doing anything that I needed to do. I thought I was just being disciplined or whatever, but I didn't realize that I was torturing myself. But when you do like what you're saying, when you're like free yourself up to just do what you need to do creatively or whatever it is. It could be simple little things, but it's important for your mental health to, what do you call it? Let your mind express itself in some way, because otherwise you slowly die, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, your mental health was in decline because you were worried too much about other people?
I spent, just everything else and everyone else, and just not I was living like in sacrifice mode.
Yeah.
Like it didn't. If I wanted something, needed something, it didn't matter. Just do what needs to be done,
Yeah.
or and,
Well,
and then you get stun locked because you don't feel good enough to do those things. Because you're torturing yourself, and so it just
right.
give a fuck. I guess is what I was getting to. I got to a point where I'm just like, you know what, just fuck all that. I'm gonna do the things that I need to do and do what I want and take care of myself, and I started being able to do a lot more with a lot less.
Well, my mental health was in decline because of you.
I was waiting for it.
You seem the same to me.
Yes, let me.
No, but it's the subtle art of not giving a fuck. You
Yes.
have to find the thing you care about that's worth suffering for.
Yes.
And I know that it sounds cynical to say that, but if you have read any Buddhist philosophy, they're like, all sentient beings suffer. All sentient beings have suffering, and that alone should be what ties us all together, because you suffer, I suffer, and it's just a way of saying compassionately, but whatever, all beyond that, that's not the point. The point is we all have suffering, so if we're going to suffer anyway, do what makes you happy in the moment. And I always feel good when I sit down and write something. Even if I got an hour, I'm going to write something, and who knows, there's something new or something whatever, but I feel better because I'm doing something that I love. Not avoiding it or putting it off until tomorrow, because I know
There's
so many
something
people,
else that you think is more important.
something's going to come up, and you have different tiers. You have your family, you have friends, all those things are important to you. Those things are worth the suffering,
Yes.
Family and friends and all that stuff. Your dog, your kids, whatever, your job, you have to do that stuff. But finding what you are passionate about and then letting that be your sort of like true north. And as soon as you pick your true north, it's like, this is my true north right here. This is where I know I'm going. It's my northern star or whatever. Yeah. That's when you instantly start, I'm going to start meditating twice a day, every day. As soon as you start doing that, there's going to be, I was really tired. I don't have an extra 40 minutes a day to do anything. I'm already really busy. That's the resistance being sent your way to say, do you really want to do that? Because if you really want to do it, you'll find a way. But if you don't really want to do it, the universe is really easy at talking you out of shit like that.
Yeah, path of least resistance.
The path of least resistance. So all I'm saying is you got to treat it like a job. And I've said this for years. We have to treat it like a job, or we won't, I have to go do my job every day.
Yeah. But I want to say to that, in conjunction with the mental health, is that you've got to make it fun, though, and break it down into smaller things. Because if you make it the fun thing you want to do a chore, or like where I'll let myself do that but I have to do this other thing first, and then you just never do it because you don't want to do that other thing. You'd rather do the film, creative thing. You need to, I don't know, just to break it down into smaller pieces, because it's almost in a way that it could become its own big, huge weight of, I haven't been working on my films, and I got 3 films I need to finish editing. And then that's part of what I was talking about, is like, I need to work on all of these. It's like so many things. And then I went to the give a fuck, and you know what? I'm going to work on my mental health, and when I'm in the right headspace and got everything right, figured it out in my head, I'm going to jump on there and get it done. And I was able to do it like really quick. Whenever I got down to get on there, because I had figured it out, researched it on YouTube and all that, I got it done in like 20 minutes, but it took 2 or 3 weeks to get to that 20 minutes.
That's so often the thing. It's like just like when you walk into your messy room or a messy kitchen or whatever, and you think, oh my God, this is trouble. But if you really just put one thing away at a time, you realize, oh shit, this took me 20 minutes. I've been avoiding it for a month.
But it could take like 20 seconds. Yeah, like just with that, like all these things that were big things, little things like that, the stuff in my room, things are in the way, and it's like, oh, I don't feel like that. But then I realized, oh, well, if I just move this out of the way here, and then next time I walk to the kitchen. I'll just take that one thing with me. But that is a way of simplifying.
Yeah.
But that's also what I'm saying. Like even with the we're talking about the blood splatter that I had to do. It seemed like this big overwhelming thing, and I knew I could do it. But it's like, look, you got to go get assets, and you might have to buy something, and we don't know if it looks right, and I don't know which plugin to do.
Yeah.
So I just had to break it down into, you know what? I'm just gonna do this one thing first. We'll get these little blood splatters, and I'll figure out how to. And then once I could relate it to my knowledge of Photoshop, and I saw someone do this thing of, oh, you can just grab, Google a blood splatter, throw it on here, zoom it up, because it's going to be out of focus, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And then he clicked a couple of filters, and I was like,
yeah.
Oh, well, that's easy.
So,
and then I could sit down and get started, and then it was...
But that right there is an example of what we were talking about a second ago with, like, the resistance. We as a filmmaking partner, filmmaking duo, let our not knowing how to do that particular... There's a part in our short film where blood gets splattered up onto the lens. And we, of course, we're doing a digital version of that. We're trying not to splatter it up on the actual lens when we shot.
Right.
So, because when we shot it, we're like, oh, we'll just put blood there. We'll figure that out, figure it out in post, which is like everybody's like the last thing you want to hear anybody say. But we knew we were going to have to figure it out in post.
We knew the mechanics of how to do it.
But our lack of understanding of how to exactly do it was actually intimidating us into figuring out what to do.
Putting it off for forever.
We don't know. Let's not think about it. Let's not. And we let it. I mean, we shot Safe over a year ago.
Yeah.
It's this literally the one thing that's stopping us from getting it done. I say we because we both did push past it. He's done the heavy lifting on the. I figure I wrote and directed it and shot it. You can do the visual effects.
The thing is, now that I know how to do that, you even said, "Hey, can we have a little more on the side?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's easy. It'll take me like 5 minutes."
Yeah, 2 days ago it was like, I don't know what we're gonna fucking do, but today it's like, yeah, that's easy.
It's 5 minutes.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like once you just push past that thing that was intimidating you, you very often realize that you might find out that you don't want to do it again, but you realize that it was scaring you. What was scaring you was like the fear of it.
But also the whole thing, and not breaking it down into the...
Right.
Just start with the one thing.
Yeah.
What was that? The 7 habits?
Yeah. First things
first.
Yeah, and I was going to say fear, which is false evidence appearing real.
Which, yes.
That's exactly what it was. Like, we weren't afraid. We weren't like jumping or anything. But it was like, oh man, we didn't want it to look shitty. We didn't want it to look bad. But we had to figure out kind of how to do it. And I say we, but Brad did a lot of, like I said, a lot of the heavy lifting on that particular part. But we got ourselves to like the 99th yard line.
Right. Now just a couple of...
And we just needed to try this one thing and have it work. And we did, and our movie's almost done. Our short film's almost done. Anyway, that's our little maybe we call them filmmaking pep talks.
Powwows? Oh.
Yeah. By the way,
that's racist. The powwow's racist, right?
I don't know. So, we're not talking about any of this stuff because we think we're the masters of it. It's just what we're dealing with. It's really what we're dealing with. And I'm at a point now in my life where I realize if I'm dealing with something, I'm definitely not the only one. There are 7.5 billion people out there. Somebody's got to be having the same issue as mine. Like, it's like when you think, oh, of course, no one's come up with this particular problem or this .com, and then you look at it as like that .com is already taken. You Google something as like, yeah, I was having this happen too, and you realize that you're the fact that you think you're the only one on anything is your ego talking to you. Like, there are people out there that dealing with the same thing. So we just assume that there are other filmmakers dealing with the same exact shit. All I'm going to say is, look, when you stop listening to this, which is going to be in just a few seconds here, go off and do something that will help you get to the point where, because your movie, when you're done with it, your movie might be totally shit. Like, people might not like it. People might not want to watch it. People might go, oh God, that was a bad idea. You might be sitting there going, that was a bad idea. We shouldn't have done that. But that is better than not doing it and always wondering and then never doing anything, because even if your movie sucks when you're done with it, you know next time not to do that. And now you can go make another one. Our first short film was not finished. And then our second one was also not good. It was funny at the time, whatever, but it wasn't very good.
It haunts me to this day.
It wasn't until like 10 years later when we started. I don't know. I had like an 8-year hiatus where I didn't make much of anything, but stuff started falling into place after I'd lived a little bit of life, and I realized I'd found sort of what I wanted to, the type of filmmaker I wanted to be.
Right.
But it took trial and error. If I had quit after that first film, like we didn't even get made, I'd still be there. I'd still be at that point, and I still wouldn't know who I was.
We'd just be doing it for fun.
And I still wouldn't know who I was.
Yeah.
As a filmmaker, and I think you figure it out more and more each time you go out there, but things like figuring out how you want to say things, how you want to shoot things, it's a learning process.
Well, yeah. Who are you as an artist?
Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah.
You don't want to. No, I don't think any real artist wants to be a copy and paste person.
No. Anyway, that's it for this time. That's our Filmmaking Friday episode for this week. We'll be back again. We'll be back again on a Friday. This was fun.
Little short thing we can.
However, have had enough of you for the day.
I've had enough of me too.
Too bad we have to go to a movie with each other later.
A racist martial arts movie made by white people who own the world.
Yeah, the Marvel people. Shang-Chi. Is that how you say it?
It's gonna be good.
Oh, you're saying that you're
I'm
declaring...
going on the line, and I'm saying...
You're declaring it's going to be good.
It's going to be good. 3.5, maybe 4 stars. I think it's going to be 4 stars. I haven't looked up Rotten Tomatoes, but the reviews have been good.
I'm not sold on anything that's made with a computer until until I see it. Sometimes yes,
it's a computer movie.
Well, it is a computer movie. There's no real effects in it.
Yes,
no practical
there
effects.
are a lot of
martial arts.
It's mostly martial arts, and there's really good stunt choreography in there. That's one of the reasons I know it's going to be good.
So before we go, let's promote the Discord. What's the Discord, Jim? Is it?
You have to do the whole numbers thing.
The Discord is Super Mega Ultra. Where's Discord?
And you have to put the hashtag with the numbers. No, the controller.
We suck at this.
The controller.
Discord, yeah, Discord. So our Discord is Super Mega Ultra. I don't know. Is that how you get a hold of people? Like, we really don't know anything about.
No, they need the
Super Mega Ultra's server.
Do the invite.
Oh, invite.
Yeah, they need the hashtag. Maybe we can just put that up.
Yeah.
They should be able to click on that. You can put it in the link, or you can't put that in the audio podcast, can you?
No. Why do they do it like that?
What is our server? I don't know. Pause while we get the number. We had showed it the other day. Yeah. How do you see?
Oh, that's why.
Oh, you're on Becca Meyer?
Yeah, I'm on my Becca Meyer.
Are you gonna ruin it if you?
Oh fuck! I gotta log out. And this is bad.
Listen.
We're no good at this
next
part.
Time.
We're no good at this part.
Is it gonna ruin everything to log out and?
No. How do I don't even know how to do that.
Send an invite to me, and then I'll be able to see it. Or wait, no, you can't.
I don't even know how to log out of this.
Oh, do it on the computer, dang it. Don't you have it on here?
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Super Mega Ultra, hashtag 7516. That's our Discord.
There we go.
Follow us there, chat with us. There's literally nobody in there right now because we just started this thing a couple days ago, which is why we also don't understand how to tell people about it.
Yeah, it says Super Mega Ultra, but we have a film referee category that's just for film referee, which is indie filmmakers talking filmmaking. But that's where we're putting everything.
And
we're looking for moderators too.
What I miss about we're talking.
I know.
What I really miss about Twitter is the community part, and every now and then you'll get it where you say something and someone replies organically, and you have this great conversation with somebody about something you happened to tweet yesterday afternoon, and they're just now seeing it, and it pops in, and you have an actual back and forth with a human being. Twitter used to be that at the very, the first few years of its life. And I missed that about Twitter.
Now it's Discord.
That's why I think a place like Discord, which is my version of it, is sort of like a chat room back in the day. Right. Kind of like a chat room.
It's everything. It's like a Facebook group, a Twitter chat thing. It's all of that stuff.
Go ahead and hit us up there. I'm also Becca Meyer on Discord, and I think
I'm Balding Ewok. I have my own server.
Yes.
What we could do is when people go to the Super Mega Ultra.
I'm Becca Meyer, hashtag 1900. But hit us up, Super Mega Ultra, hashtag 7516.
Yep.
If you want to send us an email, it's filmreverypodcast@gmail.com. Becca Meyer on all the social media. Balding Ewok on all the social media. We hope you like this episode. Let us know if there's something you want us to talk about, or if you have a question, or if you want to give us an idea for a topic, see what we think about something. Again, we're not presenting ourselves as gurus, but we do think that since we're going through the process, we have at least a perspective.
Yeah.
We have a perspective on things.
I mean,
it might be the wrong perspective.
We're just sharing. Don't.
He's got the wrong perspective on a lot of things.
Why? Because I'm so short?
Everything looks really...
All
right, we'll see you again soon. Bye.
The end.
The end.
No,
do it. I'd forgotten about it. You're the one that brought it back up. Don't roll your eyes at me. That's you.
I'm going to do a depressed one. The end.
And God. Film Reverie Podcast is a production of Super Mega Ultra Entertainment and is produced by Michael Beckemeyer and Bradley Kingston. If you're enjoying this podcast, please be sure to leave us a 5-star review in iTunes and be sure to click like or subscribe wherever you find us. That's it for this time. We'll see you again next week with another episode of Film Reverie.